Today in Design, Build, and Fix, it's finally here. The Lake House Teardown and Rebuild series. In this video, we're going to show you what the Lake House currently looks like, the issues it has, and the reason we're tearing it down. We're also going to include a 3D SketchUp model of what it will look like once it's been reconstructed. Now, if you're considering building a new house or doing a major renovation, well, this series is for you. So click the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and follow us on this journey. So let's jump right into the video. So about 10 years ago, my brother and sister-in-law bought the lake house knowing it was going to need at least a renovation and some updating. It wasn't until they moved in that they really realized it was going to need a little bit more than that. For the most part, as you look at the outside, it's in relatively good shape. The back stoop had to be re-poured for some concrete and some siding's coming off on the back left corner. Some of the soffit work really needs to be replaced because it's fallen down, and there's two retaining walls in the front that have detached from the house and starting to cave in. If you're looking at the back of the house, the right side of the house seems to be in the best shape. It does have some soffit work in the front that needs replacing, but it has a nice little deck to the side, and it doesn't really have any other major issues. Other than the roof, because the roof actually has 3 layers on it. It has cedar shake, then it has asphalt shingles on it, and then another layer of asphalt shingles. And you're only allowed to have 2 layers of roofing on a roof, and it really needs to be replaced because it's starting to leak. All right, so let's take you to the inside of the cottage to show you the real reasons why the cottage needs to be torn down as opposed to just being remodeled. Now, as you come into the back of the cottage, you realize that it's really not that bad, or at least so it seems. One of the things you're going to find is most of the drywall in here has only one seam that's been coated, and the bathroom has a moisture issue due to the fact that there is no ceiling fan. It does have a window, but no ceiling fan. The other thing the bathroom has is a one-piece shower and plywood on the walls that has some edging to it, not very well installed. The other thing is there's not a whole lot of storage in here. As you come down the short hallway to the right hand side, we have this small bedroom. There's bunk beds in there now. And again, we're showing off the ceiling that has only one tape to it. And then the peel and stick flooring that was put down to kind of put lipstick on the pig is kind of peeling up. Now, we did do some rearranging in here. This area here, that used to be the entrance to the basement. We covered that up in order to make this more of a usable bedroom. All right, and so it does have the ability to have bunk beds in there, and there is no closet in this room. Now, at one point in time, this house was rewired, and as you can see from the outlet that's sticking out of the baseboard, it wasn't rewired very, very well. So we'll show you a little bit later, more about that later. Now, as you move down a little bit more down the hallway here, you'll find that there's another bedroom. Again, this is another small bedroom, big enough for 2 single-size beds. Also another closet, bigger than the one that we had in the other bedroom, but this one doesn't have much storage space. And if you look to the left-hand side here on the wall, you'll see that the drywall is only one taped. Again, moving into the kitchen, the same issue, only have the one tape on the ceiling. We could easily fix that, but the house has more issues, and we'll show you what those are here shortly. The kitchen isn't too awful bad. It has some older cabinets in it. We did do the island, put a new countertop on it, and we did open it up. As you can see, at some point in time here, there's a header that we put in, and that header opened that up so we could see the lake through that big dining room window. And that was a huge plus, opening this thing up. Moving onward. The only major issues the dining room has is, again, the peel and stick floor that we put down. Now, this register here is just a grate that's in the floor. There's no ductwork that's attached to it. There's not a whole lot of issues in the dining room, so to speak. Moving into this area here by the side door, we have the spiral staircase that we put in. Now the staircase used to be in the first bedroom that we showed you, and to save space in this area they decided to put in a spiral staircase, which is really small and really not that functional. Now the living room here is off to the right, and the main issue that we have in the living room is, of course, we have a couple leaks in the roof, but the main issue that we have is that the floor is extremely spongy. This area here, they at some point when they built this, they framed the floor with 2x8s and spanned them 16 feet. So if you jump up and down slightly, you can see everything moves. And we've had issues where if we jumped up and down too much or had too many people walking, the stuff on the shelves would actually fall off. And as we were bouncing there, you could see that the liquid on the shelves actually, moved around. And so that is the main issue as far as the structure goes. But if you're also looking at everything else, it doesn't look too awful bad, but it does have a lot of issues other than the cosmetic issues that we're showing you right now. Shortly here, we're going to go into the basement. We'll show you the real issues that we're actually going to have. So now we move into the structure of the house, and as you can see, we had the seam there in this main beam with no support post below it. We also have 2x4s that don't connect, and it's just kind of piecemealed together. Sitting on top of this beam, we have the 2x8s that span 16 feet, which give us the huge bouncy floor in the living room, which is not a good thing. We also have an old heater that we just put $1,200 into to get fixed up. And over here on the wall, we have a crack in the foundation, and that's caused by something that's in this front wall that we'll share a little bit later in future videos that we will be fixing. But we also have a lot of electrical issues. I think they were afraid of the electrical panel because everything that they did, they kind of put junction boxes. Now, junction boxes are allowed as long as they're accessible, but that was way too many. We also see a lot of old wiring in here, and wiring that's been cut and remodeled. We didn't do this. That was just left hanging open, and that's a huge fire issue. Here's a perfect example of the plumbing in here that wasn't done very well. As you can see on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, it actually pitches up, so it doesn't drain very well. And the last thing I would do is put a garbage disposal in this situation when it comes together into a T. So that's only one situation. Now, could we fix that? We really probably could. But there's a lot of other fixes that need to be done also. Now, we could go through and rewire the house and actually put a new post under here and support the floor joists and put a new beam in and sister on more floor joists to take the bounciness out of the floor and put a new furnace in and do all those fixes and put a new roof on and new siding and fix the soffit. And believe it or not, by the time you're done, you've pretty much gutted it down to the studs, and most of those studs have to be fixed due to the fact that the floor joists are too bouncy, and a lot of the plumbing was hobnob. So at this point in time, we've decided that the best bet is to tear it down to the old foundation and build new. Then you get exactly what you want, and it's going to be done right. All right, so let's move on to and show you what the new house is going to look like with our 3D model in SketchUp. All right, so here's what it's going to look like once it's been reconstructed. The idea here is we're going to show you what it looks like from the outside, and then we'll take you through the inside. And so we will start on the lake side first. And the lake side is going to feature two different areas. It's going to feature an upper deck area and a lower deck area. Now, the upper deck area has two specific spaces to it. It's going to have the outer deck area, so if you wanted to be in an area that is not covered, you could sit here. Then you have the side porch area, which still has access and view of the lake, and if it's rainy, you could be sitting under there, and it's also going to have a gas fireplace. Now, the lower deck area here has a lot of flat area here to it, and it has French doors, which leads you to go in and out of the basement. And the other doors that are shown here on the front for the upper deck area are these sliders. Now, these two panels here slide left and right, and each one of these panels is 3 feet, so you'll slide one this way and this way. It's going to give you 6 feet of open space. not only here on the deck area, but on the side porch area, so you have ease of getting from here through here and back and forth. And if you didn't want to go through, you could actually come around this way. Now, the lower deck area has these two retaining walls. Now, currently there is a retaining wall here, and it's falling in, so that's going to be replaced. The same thing with the retaining wall on this side, which is going to be taken out and replaced with this one. Now this one's considerably bigger, and it goes all the way over to the property line, because what we wanted to do was to give us a more level area here on the lakeside and give us more space, so to speak, because right now it's really sloped and it's not very usable. So by putting this retaining wall on, it's going to give us the ability to have this flatter area. And we have stairs that go down to this area, which leads us to more stairs, which takes us out to the dock area for the boats and things like that. Now, if you can't do stairs, you have the ability to walk around this way and come down a small hill to get to here. Now, this is the property line, but the good news is they also own the side lot over here, so we're going to taper that down so it's being a relatively easy walk to get down to this lower level. All right, so let's go around here to the side. Now the side porch has two open sides to it, so you still have the view of the lake this way and the view of the lake this way. And it has a gas fireplace that's in there, and it also has a chamfered ceiling with beadboard on it. So it's going to be a nice space to sit if it's raining, or if it's really hot out, it'll be covered and still have a breeze and view of the lake. All right, so let's take a look at what it's going to look like from the street side. Now this is where people are going to park their cars, and there's stairs that go down here, which are currently there. We're just going to fix them up a little bit. But as you notice here, there's a ramp, and we're going to have the ability to take a car and drive it down here and park down here. It's going to give us two more extra spaces to park cars and more spaces up here. All right, so now what it's going to do is you have a back covered porch. And then this side here is not much going on this side due to the fact that there's another cottage over here. But the other three sides are the main areas. So that is the gist of the outside. So let's go ahead and take you into the inside of the house and show you what it's going to look like. All right, so this is the basement. This is currently what's there. This is the back porch that's going to be added, and this is the side porch which will be added, and all these sonotube footers hold up the upper deck. Now the good news about the basement is when we did the basement and designed it, we wanted this to be more of an open space. So this is 18 feet here, so it's 18 feet by 24, nice open space. So that's a big beam that's going to be going in there. All right, so let's go ahead and put our first floor system on. Now that first floor system has an opening for stairs that goes down into the basement. And we'll put on our interior walls and our exterior walls to show you exactly what this thing's going to look like. And we'll do it from the back, because most people are going to park either down here or up on the back. And as you walk through the back door, it's going to take you into this area here. And this space right here has a ceiling that slopes up. So it's an open space, so it gives you a sense of volume. Even though the house is small, it's going to give you a sense of volume. So you're going to walk in here, and off here to the left-hand side, there's a place where you can sit down, put your shoes on, and there'll be cabinets up here for storage of stuff. Then another cabinet over here for storage, and the washer and dryer and laundry room space is going to be over here. All right, so then you're going to come over here, and as you walk down this, it's 4 feet wide, so it's not a narrow hallway, it's a bigger hallway. It's going to have another cabinet that's going to show display stuff and storage of stuff and things like that. All right, so then you come down here. This is the door for the master bedroom. And in the master bedroom, it has the master suite. So you have the bathroom with a walk-in tile shower, and also have a walk-in closet. All right, so off the side door, off the side porch, you come in here, and this is going to be a half bath, which leads us to the main living space for this house. Kitchen's going to be here with a nice island, dining room, and then we have a seating area here, and with a gas fireplace that's going to be in here. Now the best part about this is that this area here has a chamfered ceiling with a ceiling height of about 12 feet. So it goes up at an angle, flattens off, and goes down, which gives you more volume. So let's go ahead and put that on. We'll show you what it's going to look like, the great room ceiling. And then let's go ahead and put our second floor system on. So basically, you're going to have 8-foot ceilings in here as you walk through. As you can see, it's open. And then you walk into and come around here to the great room. You have plenty of volume in there. All right, so let's go ahead and put on our second floor interior walls. So it's a little bit easier to see without putting the walls, the exterior ones up. So what's going to happen here is you come in the back door or whatever, you're going to go up these stairs, and this area right here, this and this is designed designed as attic space. There will be a door here, and the cottage is designed as a 1-bedroom cottage, but the homeowners they want expandability for people down the road. They only want it to have 1 bedroom, but somebody else who buys it 20 years from now or whatever, whenever they want to sell it, they may want to expand this. So it's relatively easy because this is an open staircase. You can take the door out and put bedrooms up here, or just leave it as storage space. But the current owners are going to use this just as attic storage space. All right, so let me throw everything else back on because there's not much more to show you about this house on the inside. But for the most part, this is what the house is actually going to look like once it's been completed. All right, well, thanks for watching another Design, Build, and Fix video. The Lake House Teardown Rebuild series, there's more videos that's going to be coming out very, very shortly. My goal is to have it come out once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. We got a lot of work to do and a lot of editing to do, but you don't want to miss a second of it because coming up next is going to be the teardown of the Lake House. So if you like the content, make sure you click the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment. All right, we'll see you on the next video.